sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice. And Automotive Art Cayman. Your car, our passion. And by Dorman Day, celebrating 10 years of opening doors to brighter futures. Visit dormanday.ky.
And now,
Radio Cayman presents
The Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local environment. This is where we address the topics that matter. Here's your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning, Cayman. I am back. Welcome to The Buzz. This is your host, Kathy Miller. I know I've been out for the entire month of January, pretty much. You haven't heard me on The Buzz. I haven't been at work for a month now, I think it is. So I'm getting back into the swing of things. Trust me, today was hard. It was so hard to wake up early, but, we are here. The weather doesn't make it any easier, for sure. When it rains so hard and you can hear the rain through the night, man, you don't want to get out of your bed, but here we are. It is a bit of a wet Tuesday, a little nice sky peeking out a little tiny bit, but there are some pockets of rain, so be careful on the roads this morning as you're on the way to school and on the way to work. So in our first segment on The Buzz this morning, I'll be speaking with Your Coach Cayman and the founder, Antonio Hafner, better known as Nino. And Your Coach Cayman is a professional tennis and pickleball coaching service that's bringing energy, joy, and personalized training right to your home court. So we're going to be talking to Nino about his journey, his passion for fitness, and how Your Coach Cayman is helping athletes of all levels elevate their game. Now, I'm a big athlete here, Nino, so
Yes.
Good morning. Welcome to The Buzz. How are you doing?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Well, Your Coach Cayman, I guess, tell us how everything started, your passion for tennis, what sparked your love for that?
Well, I grew up in a small town in northern Italy, and there was a community tennis court of 3 courts that in the winter became a ice hockey ring, and in the summer it was tennis. So, it was just a few kids not knowing what to do, and so we went to the tennis court and started hitting some balls. And then that's how it started, with 6 or 7 years old, and then that sparked the tennis part, and then I also always liked to play football as well. Those are the Italian classical sports, I guess, right?
I was just about to ask you, what are the classic Italian sports? So,
okay. There you go. Took that away, but yeah, so it's football and tennis. Those are the 2 first ones, and especially now. In Italy, tennis has grown so much because of Yannick Sinner, obviously, is the number one.
He says now.
Now, Djokovic obviously is the greatest, but that's
there we
okay.
go.
But he's from Italy, so he really spearheaded Italian tennis and brought it to a glory that it never came before. So that's really interesting to see, because before then Italy was really not that strong in tennis, right? Much stronger in football. But yeah, so those are great sports.
But you guys didn't make the World Cup this time, right?
Right. That's a different
I don't mean to rub
topic,
it in.
I think.
He didn't want to be reminded of that. But I was just as surprised as you are, trust me.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's how
you started.
it sparked, yeah.
Were you playing in
Love for
leagues or
tennis.
clubs, like throughout school or high school?
No, I didn't. I played a few tournaments here and there.
Okay.
I was never really, good enough to play seriously. I preferred also football over tennis during these times. Now I'm older. Football is much more dangerous. So tennis is safer. You can't hurt yourself as easily. So that's why I'm choosing tennis over football.
That's true.
In my 30s, right?
But both pretty rigorous sports. A lot of running, a lot of conditioning.
Absolutely, a lot of running, a lot of conditioning. But it's not a contact sport, right? So tennis versus football. So you're not gonna be tackled and slid into. The sliding you'll do yourself, and only on choice. Yes.
Which would be me, because I would definitely somehow find a way to make it a contact sport. If you really knew me, you'd be like, "Yep, she would." I would definitely be tackling the court all the time. So, Your Coach Cayman. What inspired you to start Your Coach Cayman, and what makes it a unique service compared to other traditional coaching programs?
Yeah. So I saw an opportunity to start this company. Firstly, to be honest, was because I myself took a lot of lessons, and I wanted to take more lessons, but to get private coaching lessons in it can get a little bit expensive if you do it 3 or 4 times per week. Sorry. So I thought, why not start a company myself, bring in a coach, and excuse me, sorry. Thank you. And and just start a coaching company where we can send the tennis coaches or pickleball coaches to people's homes. So there's a few companies that do it, but I don't think there's enough enough people that do it, and also there's not really enough exposure to tennis in Cayman. So that's something I've also learned a little bit in the last few months, that Cayman Island and tennis is not really a big thing, and I don't see why. So yeah. But it used to be, I think, 10, 15 years ago, there was much more energy in the tennis community in Cayman, and I'm not really sure what happened, but this is something that I'm seeing, and it's a little bit an inaccessible sport in Cayman. There's no community courts.
I think there's community courts.
Yeah, community courts.
Right.
There's some clubs. There are 2 clubs. They're great, and then also there's a lot of courts throughout Cayman, but they're all private. So if you don't happen to live there, you can't really book a court anywhere unless you're part of a club or something like this. Yeah.
Right.
But so all these things are going to take obviously a lot of time but I'm planting the seed.
Okay, got it.
with one coach, at the time. Yeah.
I would say for me, I agree in the sense that it's a bit of a quiet tennis community in Cayman. You don't really hear a lot about it. And sometimes I wonder if it's just the people that are behind pushing tennis here that love it and play the sport and want to grow it. Sometimes I just wonder if it's, a lot on them to be able to try to do that as well. People have families and jobs and other things going on in their life. And sometimes you just need people that can dedicate a lot of time to help growing a sport. So it's great that you have the ability to do that. And one thing I've definitely noticed about tennis in Cayman over the past 2 years, since I started playing pickleball, I now see a lot more kind of promotions towards tennis lessons with one of the tennis clubs in particular. And I was like, okay, I see what's going on here. And I was like, is tennis a little jealous at pickleball? Because pickleball seems to be very accessible to everybody. Everybody's playing it. We have, I think it's over 10,000 people that are signed up at Pickleball Cayman there off right across from the cricket field, and which is really crazy, but that's also a lot of tourists. Tennis definitely has not seen those numbers. I'm going to take the chance and say ever in Cayman. Yes, I play pickleball, but what do you think the rage is about pickleball being such a popular sport? Because it is so close to tennis, and most of the time I play it like I think I'm a tennis player.
Yeah.
If that makes, I don't play the short game. I want to play the long game.
All right, very good. Yeah, pickleball is amazing. It's so accessible, and it's very the technique is very easy to learn, and it's a reactive sport. So we are quite the people are more reactive than we sometimes think we are. So our eyes can see things faster than we can even explain what's happening, and then suddenly there's the hand and the pedal, and you hit the ball back, and it's really exciting, right? And it's perfect for corporate events, and it's perfect for families, and you can have 4 players at different levels even, and they can play a great doubles game together. In tennis, that's
That's near
not really
impossible.
possible, right? Because it's two people. If a beginner plays a more advanced player, both will not have a good time. That's a problem with tennis. Pickleball, you will still have a great time because also you're on a much shorter court and you can talk to each other. You can have a little banter action
Yes.
or a little bit of a smack talk, those kind of things. So those are very exciting. So it's a welcoming sport, and it's easier, right? That's just what it is. It's not as intimidating, maybe, because tennis, it would take it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of time until you find some sort of a quality in your own game that you can play with people, and hopefully they're on the same level. Then it's fun. So there's a lot of pieces that have to fall into place that two people can find themselves on a small island like Cayman and say, hey, I play tennis. Yeah, I play tennis too. How often? Oh, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Oh, okay, that's an indication that they might be on my level. And say, wanna go hit sometime? Yeah, sure. And then, when do you have time? That's another one, right?
Yeah.
So but if that all comes together, then two people found themselves with tennis. With pickleball, you just show up at Pickleball Cayman, and you step on a court. There will be always people there, and you play pickleball.
That's
So
true.
those are the two main differences, I think, with tennis and pickleball.
Yes, that's true. I think it's a little bit easier on the body per se. I think tennis, requires a lot more athleticism. And maybe this is why I feel the tennis players somewhat look down on the pickleball players. I don't know if they're just jealous because a lot of people have picked up and are loving pickleball and it's fun and it doesn't take as much skill per se or athleticism either per se. But man, the conversations that I've had with tennis players, they seem to be very, very anti-pickleball, which is hilarious to me because I'm like, just try it. I think you would love it and have fun. I would like to play tennis, but I can't because I don't have any strength anymore in my wrist. So it's like medically not a good idea.
Okay.
Per se for me, but man, I love it. So you've seen the growth here with pickleball.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
When it comes to lessons with pickleball, because for me, I'm extremely cocky when it comes to sports, so I don't think I need a lesson for anything. That's just me.
Yeah.
Now, but I definitely see people that absolutely need some assistance and guidance in learning how to play pickleball. So what is the demand coming from the people out there in learning pickleball? What are they looking to achieve?
So that's a great question. And mostly people are looking for the wrong things of what they want to learn then.
What's the wrong thing?
Yeah, it's like, oh, I wanna know how to slice the backhand, keep it low, or make it bounce inside the kitchen, all these kind of like tricky shots, very hard, or tricky shots, let's call them this. Whereas the most important thing for pickleball, because it's a very reactive and fast sport, is the footwork, is your foundation, and that's where also most injuries come from. So you have, as I was saying before, you're reacting to the ball without even knowing that you're reacting. And if you're flat-footed, and that's what happens all the time. If you ask pediatricians, they're all doing great now because of pickleball.
Yeah, I know. The doctors are
Doctors
the hospitals
are loving
full.
it. Yeah, it's you're standing in front of the net, and then the ball comes past you, and you're reacting, and you're not moving your feet properly, and then there goes a knee. That is the biggest issue that's why you have so many injuries with pickleball, more so than with tennis. So that is what we the first few lessons is really where if a beginner would come, right? Mm-hmm. This is what we show is how to be light on your feet, and then the game becomes so much easier because you'll be in position, and then you can make those tricky shots that you wanted in the first place. But the misconception is that, oh, should I hold the paddle this way or that? Or should I Should I use two hands on my backhand or not? Or things like this. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen that, which I raise an eyebrow at.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like, how do you? It's like you're hitting the ball 5 feet away from you. Why do you need two hands on backhand? But again, that's
It's there's two different techniques. You see, we could try. You should take a couple of lessons and see which is best.
We can play, Nino.
Oh no, I know we can play.
We can play. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we'll get into a little bit more of the pickleball talk with your coach, Cayman.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Since its early beginnings, the Cayman Islands tourism product has targeted middle to upper class segments. In 1949, Benson Greenall, a wealthy British visitor, began construction on the empty West Bay beach of the Galleon Beach Hotel with 12 rooms. Greenall was instrumental in the passage of the Caymanian Hotels and Aid Law of 1950, which provided exemptions for import duties and taxes for anyone building a hotel with more than 10 rooms. Along with the Galleon, the new law kickstarted the development fury with Marin's Seaview Lodge and Pageant Beach Hotel. By 1960, there were 9 hotels, clubs, and guest houses in the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way, positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and I am talking with your coach, Cayman, the founder, Antonio Hafner, better known as Nino. And we were just talking about what your coach, Cayman, offers in terms of tennis and pickleball lessons, and I was on the pickleball topic. And right before the break, Nino had mentioned something that is a known fact, again, at least amongst doctors in pickleball. There's a lot of injuries that happen, right? And for me, I rolled my ankle terribly playing pickleball for me, it was really bad because I couldn't wear heels for 2 months. So when I knew something was up at that point, and then I finally went to the doctor. So don't wait so long like me to go to the doctor, because they were like, ma'am, why did you take so long? But in saying that, how would you, and my issue was not having the right shoes, not having court shoes. I was wearing running shoes. And I've always been like, that's just a marketing gimmick. You know what I mean? You don't need court shoes. But I very quickly learned that I needed court shoes. And I actually really do know better, because I know that basketball, you need indoor basketball shoes. Football, you need cleats or something like that, right? So
yes.
I learned. What is your advice to beginner players and how they should be ready to play? And does it matter with your equipment? Because there's a big price difference in paddle costs.
Yes. So shoes that is important. Nobody can deny that. Just because the ground is exactly is a bit grippier, and it's not really made for running. It's for sprinting and stopping, and so it's very grippy. And tennis shoes will have a hard sole where it works better. Whereas running shoes, they're much softer on the sole, and that's why you roll your ankles.
Yeah.
So you've learned.
I've learned, yeah.
Exactly. With paddles, there you don't need to be worried. When you're a beginner, you just pick up any paddle you have or you can get. There's really not much of a difference. Same as with tennis as well. As long as
I'm glad you said that, Nino.
Yeah, as long as it feels good in your hand, that's what is most important. If it's too heavy, you shouldn't use it. If it's too light, you feel, then yeah. But the vast complexities of pedals and microfiber and all these kind of things, those are only when you're seriously playing, then you can start deciding if you want to spend a couple $100 on a pedal or a couple $100 on a racket. Before then, anything will do, because it's a game and you should have fun. Exactly. But the footwear, this is important. Yeah, you want to be safe still, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. All right, so I want to talk about building your team with Your Coach Cayman. So you came up with the idea for the company. I'm going to do this. You're a tennis player. You got even training for yourself and coaching. So when it came to building your team, how did you select your coaches, and what were you looking for?
Yeah, when I put the job application online, I first had to Google and see where could I put my job application for tennis coaches. So that took a little bit of time, and then I found the site. I posted it there, and the title was Coach in Paradise, because it was an international site. And I was thinking I'm catering to cities, so I don't really know anywhere really in the world, but it was a European site, so I thought and the applications came in, and I read through all of them and had lots of conversations with quite a few coaches. And when I was speaking to Coach Abhijit, he's from India. He was the only one from Asia that applied, actually. And I spoke to him, and he was saying, yeah, he's a tennis coach. He's a young man. He's 29 years old, and but he studied psychology as well. So I said, oh yeah, that's very good, because as a coach, it's important to know how to speak to people. Same as like with you. I'm not sure if you're a psychologist or not, but you're making me feel very, very comfortable. Awesome. And that is very important as a coach too. You have to read your clients very fast, make them feel comfortable and safe to be in the environment. And so he fit the criteria that I didn't even know that's what I wanted. But while reading through all the resumes and talking to a lot of different coaches, he clicked the best. So that's how it came. So, and then I really see the importance. So I made a very good decision, I must say. Luck and also talking to many different coaches. But yeah, he's great. People love him. and so that's very important.
Great.
Yeah.
Did you? And I'm going to assume you did locally. You were searching for people if they could fill this job as well.
Absolutely. But that circles back to that tennis isn't really such a big thing in Cayman.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a niche kind of sport.
Yes,
there, so
very much so, and I really have to say that's we're gonna change this. You know, we have to
awesome.
Make tennis in Cayman big again, right?
I hope so, because there's amazing Caymanian athletes out there, and I'd love to see them playing tennis.
Exactly.
I'd love to see that as well.
Exactly. Like, this is very dear to me. We have swimmers that are in the Olympics, right? It's amazing. Golfers. There's one playing now in a major tournament, and so many other sports. Sailors,
cycling,
exactly.
like it's running.
Yeah, running. Yeah,
we have I think Devontae Howell, who's really young, really young. He just broke a world lead in I think it was a 60-meter sprint. I want to say indoors. I might get it wrong. Sorry, Devontae, but a world lead. He has the world lead.
Yeah, amazing.
That is absolutely insane to me. So yeah, there's the ability to hear for people to break out in sports. It's just having that strong sport foundation to support them.
And exactly, the support, right? And that's exactly, you hit the nail on the head over here, because the weather is so hot here, obviously in Cayman.
Yeah.
So that makes the kids used to it. And if you watch any tennis tournaments around the world, like Miami, people are struggling. Now in Australia, the Australia Open is on. It's so hot, everybody cries. If somebody from Cayman would go there, it would be no problem.
It would be winter.
There wouldn't be cramping or things. So
what do you mean? It's not 90 degrees, guys. It's in the shade.
Yeah, it's so that's really that has to change, and then we can have Caymanian coaches everywhere, right? Obviously. So right now it's a completely completely imported job, because it is important that you know how to coach people at the same time.
I agree.
You know, you cannot tell the people, if you're just a mediocre coach or a good player but not a good coach,
it makes a huge difference.
That's not the right thing. Yeah.
I will shut down as a player if my coach speaks to me away or is aggressive or something. I will shut down. There's different coaching styles and like leadership styles, right? So it's important to understand your kind of different players that you have, or different athletes that you're working with, and their abilities and what their strengths and weaknesses are. Because as a coach, you're trying to nurture them as best as possible. So
yes.
I agree with you on those points. We only got a couple minutes left, so I want to make sure I get some info out. You do customized sessions. You go to people's like home courts and train them there. So tell us a little bit about that. What people can expect in your training services.
Yeah. So basically, you can go online. You can book your session. Or through WhatsApp. All the information is on yourcoachcayman.com, and we come to your home court. So, you know, if you're just after work, you don't want to go home, get changed, then drive all the way to the club or something like this. So you just go home, get changed, and we are there waiting for you. That makes it so much easier for you to get it in people's busy lives.
Right.
And so there's one excuse less.
Absolutely.
Not to make any sport.
Now you got about a minute left.
Yeah.
So if there's contact details we can share, let us know as well where pricing starts and what your packages look like a minute, if you can do that.
Yeah. So you can, as I say, go online, yourcoachcayman.com, and we start at $90 per hour. We offer a 10 lesson package at $800. That way you commit to 10 lessons and we give you a little bit off. And if people become serious about it and you want to do 2 or 3 times per week, we'll adjust again the pricing. So 2 times per week we do at $150. 3 lessons per week comes down to $200. So we go down like this if you take more and more lessons.
Like
obviously.
a bulk buy kind of thing.
Exactly.
Makes sense,
because that's another thing. You know, you can't just be spending $90 for every hour every time. Many people can, but not everybody.
Right. I feel you on that. Okay. Thank you so much, Nino, for joining us on The Buzz this morning. And I absolutely do challenge you to pickleball game.
Yeah, let's do it.
Holding you to that. I know my pickleball crew's probably listening. And they're like, all right, bring another player.
Very good.
Yes, thanks for joining us on The Buzz. And
thanks
for
having
anybody
me.
interested in tennis and pickleball lessons, I love tennis, so I'd love to see some great tennis players out there. We used to have some great tennis events here. What's going on? What happened to those?
Exactly.
Anyways,
that's another topic.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
That is another topic. We're going to go to the 8 a.m. news right now, and then at 8:15, I'll be speaking with CayMusicA.
If they are talking about us,
living in your head rent-free all this time.
we must be relevant. Radio Cayman since 1976.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Streamlined processes for how food is managed within the prison service are expected this quarter.
3 contracts for the supplying of food to the prison totaling $1.2 million were awarded without the required approvals of the Public Procurement Committee.
Under local law, contracts valued at more than $250,000 need to be approved by the PCC. Answering MP Kenneth Bryan's question in the Public Accounts Committee, while MPs discuss government's 2024 financial audits, Chief Officer for the Ministry of Home Affairs, Michael Ebanks, said within the prison, the, quote, supply and distribution of food is not just a day-to-day activity, but an operational necessity. And if not managed correctly, could be a, quote, security issue.
So the supply and distribution of food within the prison service is paramount to good order and safety. There is not a storage facility for mass bulk buying for extended periods of time. And so the purchasing for the prison service is an ongoing activity that is in and of itself relatively stable, but responsive to the movement of the number of prisoners that we have within the prison service. That context is the basis for why there was not one procured solution for the supply of food.
Since the issuance of the Auditor General's report, Mr. Ebanks says the ministry has found a, quote, bespoke solution that will assure the continuity of food in compliance with local regulations.
And I am very grateful to the CPO for their advice and guidance. The business case in that regard has been completed. It has been reviewed by the EPC, and our next step would be to tender that in the public domain.
A, quote, key step in 2025 was fully establishing that EPC, which is an entity procurement committee. And Mr. Ebanks says the prison food service tendering process is expected to be published within the first quarter of this year. It's expected that several vendors will be contracted in order to ensure continuity of food services for inmates at the prison, which was estimated to have cost $950,000 in 2024. Sticking with Public Accounts Committee, the Health Services Authority is under pressure to explain a $12.4 million deficit in 2024, the largest of any statutory authority, despite a clean audit opinion. Radio Cayman's April Cummings has a closer look at what the HSA says is driving the losses.
Public Accounts Committee members spent their second day of hearings questioning HSA executives about why the organization, handling more than $200 million of public funds, is so far in the red. Chief Executive Officer Lizette Yearwood says that deficit is closely tied to the HSA's mandate to treat everyone who comes through their door.
We provide care to all residents regardless of their ability to pay when they receive services. So, the demands that are placed on us on an ongoing basis are extensive. However, we continue to collaborate with private providers to ensure the best outcomes for our patients.
But even when patients do pay, Ms. Yearwood says government funding does not match the real costs of care.
We had outputs for a total of $25.6 million last year, but the actual cost for those outputs was $59.7 million. So almost double what we were actually paid for that.
On top of that, she says outdated fees and slow billing are dragging down revenue. Some prices haven't changed in more than a decade, even as wages and supplies climbed. Ms. Yearwood tells the committee the HSA is strengthening its finance team, overhauling its pricing and billing systems, and promised to provide more detailed breakdowns of unpaid bills as part of the efforts to turn around its finances. April Cummings, Radio Cayman News.
Now with the check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller.
BBC News with Emily Thomas. The President of the European Commission has told the World Economic Forum that the bloc is preparing a package to support security in the Arctic. Ursula von der Leyen said the EU would work with the United States and all partners on wider Arctic security. On his way to Davos, President Trump has fired off more social media posts asserting his desire to take over Greenland. One post shows an AI-generated image of himself planting the US flag on Greenland. BBC News.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 78 degrees. Relative humidity is 82%. The barometric pressure is 30.06 inches and rising. The wind is northeast at 12 knots. Overnight low temperature was 75 degrees. Synopsis indicate cloudy, rainy weather conditions will continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours as a stationary front lingers. The associated high pressure will continue to support fresh to strong northeasterly winds and rough seas across the Cayman area. Satellite imagery show widespread layered clouds across the northwest Caribbean with scattered convection. A flood advisory remains in effect for the Cayman Islands. Now the forecast for today, calling for cloudy to overcast skies with isolated showers and periods of rain with possible thunder. Showers will be locally heavy at times, leading to flooding of low-lying areas. Temperatures will rise near the low 80s, winds northeast at 15 to 20 knots with higher gusts, and seas will be rough with wave heights of 5 to 7 feet. Swells may occur along the northern and western coast. Small craft advisory remains in effect for today and tonight as well. Now the forecast for tonight calling for cloudy to overcast skies with scattered showers and periods of rain with possible thunder. Temperatures falling to the mid-70s tonight. Your winds will be northeast at 15 to 20 knots with higher gusts, and seas will be rough with wave heights of 5 to 7 feet, mainly along the northern and eastern coast. Today's high tide will occur this morning at 10:47, low tide this evening at 5 minutes past 5, and a high tide again tonight at 10:35. The sun will set this evening at 10 minutes past 6 and will rise tomorrow morning at 2 minutes after 7. And the outlook is calling for a gradual decrease in shower activity from tonight as the frontal system begins to dissipate. Fresh to locally strong winds and rough seas will persist through Wednesday morning as winds begin to veer more easterly. And that's the very latest on your weather report.
Social media, X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Interact with our talk shows on YouTube. Download our official Radio Cayman app, or you can log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky. You can also add us to WhatsApp
on 925-3261.
All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Radio Cayman.
This February, experience the rhythm, passion, and power of live performance at the Cayman Arts Festival, February 5th to the 14th at the Hartwell Theatre. From electrifying sounds of the Jazz en Trance Big Band to the inspiring brilliance of the Youth Camerata with international guest artists, the festival celebrates music across generations. Feel the energy as Cayman's Future Phobia teams up with the Netherlands' all-female rock band, The Royals. Be moved by the soulful artistry of Jade and Hannah and end the festival with the fiery intensity of Miguel Vargas Flamenco Dance Theatre. 5 unforgettable nights, 1 extraordinary festival, February 5th to the 14th. Tickets available now. Visit CaymanArtsFestival.com or call 922-5550.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Good morning. Let's take a look at traffic, see what the roads are looking like. Coming from the east, heavy traffic on Shamrock Road, and as you approach the Lidford Pearson Highway, traffic is busy on that street, and slow-moving traffic on Cool Road. Heading to Georgetown, eastbound traffic on Cool Road is moving at a moderate pace. Some roads are wet, so please drive with extra caution. On Shedden Road, moderate flow of traffic in both directions, as well as Edward Street. Coming from the West Bay 4-way stop, flowing at a moderate pace. Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue, flowing pretty good in both directions. On the West Bay Road in front of Ritz, traffic is steady but flowing. Coming off of the Essex Tibbetts Highway, steady traffic, and continuing on to North Sound Road as we look to the Industrial Park area, flowing at a moderate pace. And that's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12. We'll give you another look at traffic. Remember, click it or ticket.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
We give you honor and praise, adoration and glory.
Radio Cayman.
Praise time.
Praise him, praise him. Come and let's praise the Lord. Come and let's praise the Lord. Praise him in the morning and in the evening. Oh, let's praise the Lord.
Praise time in the morning.
Praise him, praise him.
Weekdays 6 to 6:30 a.m.
Radio Cayman, waking you up.
Rock my soul in the blues of my favorite. Rock my soul in the blues of my favorite.
Praise time.
I know he cares. He'll always be there. Oh, yeah. Praise him, praise him, praise him.
Praise time.
Set your clock for 6 a.m. or you will miss it. The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning. Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller. If you're just joining us this morning, it's welcome back to me because I've been out of work for the past month. And it's good to be back on the show. So thank you to OC as well as Anita, who filled in for me. And as I understood, Susan said she didn't remember people saying that they miss me. I was like, really, Susan? But she's like, she did recall some people on the street going up to her and asking where I was. I had to take some time off. And I want to say thank you to those callers that did call in and, say that they did miss me. Basilia told me that she had quite a few calls that came in. So I appreciate you listening to The Buzz and the fact that you miss me. It is good to be back. I missed you as well. And so thanks for still tuning into Radio Cayman and connecting with us. We are here on this segment to speak with CayMusicA. You might remember Cayman Arts Festival. Well, you should remember that because this is an event that keeps going on, an annual event that is absolutely amazing when it comes to music in the Cayman Islands. And I'm here to speak with Marius Gaina, Executive Director of CayMusicA, and Lynn Markoff, a board member with CayMusicA as well. So formerly known as Cayman Arts Festival, this has been a cultural cornerstone for years. And now with a fresh rebrand, we've announced it, I think, a few months ago about the rebrand. We're gearing up for an exciting festival season. So we're going to be diving into what's new, what's familiar, and how this year's events will spotlight local and emerging talent. So good morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning. Thank you for having us here.
It's good to have you, Marius. I haven't seen you, I guess, since the summer. It might have been summer or early September.
Yeah, when we had other major events.
Yeah, we were talking about music at the library and things going on then. And Lynn, this is the first time I'm having you in studio. So
yes, I'm delighted to be here.
Good to have you. Now, even I messed it up when I said earlier Cayman Arts Festival. It's still Cayman Arts Festival. That's not exactly true. We have rebranded it to CayMusicA. So let's talk about the transition from Cayman Arts Festival to CayMusicA.
Okay. Well, actually, you're not entirely incorrect.
Okay.
Because we are retaining the name Cayman Arts Festival for the main festival that we have every February.
Okay.
So that is something we decided to do because it's so well known. We obviously loved our brand. So we're, just as background, we're over 20 years we've been in existence. So we celebrated our 20-year anniversary a couple years ago. And we just felt then, the management committee, that it was the perfect time to revisit the brand, to look at it and make sure it was still aligned and really to our values, our vision, and our mission, and to really think about those things as well as a management committee and as an organization. So that's what kind of caused the rebrand. So we spent quite a bit of time looking at it. We did some research as well and reached out to the community and our key stakeholders to see what they thought about the brand and whether it was really still conveying certain things. And there were particular things that came to light that caused us to move toward a rebrand as well. And that was that people were confusing Cayman Arts Festival with some of the other arts initiatives that have come up in the last few years. So, for example, Cayman Art Week. I know, you know what it is though. I know we would go to someone say, and hey, have you heard of Cayman Arts Festival? And are you coming to any of the events? And they would say, oh, you mean the Cayman Art Week? What visual pieces are up? And even though Cayman Arts Festival has been associated with other art forums, and we exhibit sometimes, but it's really our key focus is music. So we realized that the key focus of music was not there in the brand, and we needed to look at that. So that kind of drove us forward to do the rebrand.
Okay, I understand. That makes sense. And there's another event that's happening in Cayman very shortly, and it pretty much doesn't have the same name as what you have, but it's an event that has... It's two events and they have the same name. And I'm like, come on, guys. I know one that has been doing it for over 20 years as well. And I'm like, can we space things out? Can we be a little bit more original in how we approach naming things?
I know, because it just helps with the confusion factor, I guess. It's a lot brings clarity to people when they can understand right away what's happening. So.
Absolutely. So how do you think CayMusicA now reflects your mission?
Oh, I think it reflects it really well. And, partly we chose the name because it has this lyrical sound to it, and it has the word music in it, and Cayman, obviously. So we retained a little bit from our original brand, CayMusicA. But also, we realized we kind of approached it differently, in that we realized there was a name that we thought about before that we could still keep, which was Cayman Music Alliance. So we approached it sort of backwards, came up with a name, and then came up with the full name for the organization. But we liked Cayman Music Alliance because it highlighted that we have an alliance with our patron, Her Excellency the Governor, with other stakeholders like our sponsors, all the local musicians, the schools, government, all the people in the community that have worked with us over the years. So we liked that we could draw upon that name as an organization if we need to. But really we're going under that big umbrella brand, CayMusicA, for all of our initiatives.
Okay. And I understand we're using the word music in the name now, and the rebranding with the name of the organization. It's good because it does highlight you guys are focused on music and the arts. It does include visual arts, performing arts. So when we're talking about music specifically, it does It does differentiate you. And I think that's a great thing. When it came to your stakeholders, if you can at all remember, what was their reflection when you said, does Cayman Arts Festival, does that fit under who we are still, or who we are? What was their reaction to what your name was and what they were looking for?
It was interesting. A lot of them loved the name festival. Some of them said a festival is a certain event, so that made us think about, is it that, which has made us influence our decision to move it to the festival and keep that name.
Okay.
We want to keep that. And I think what Marius had said as well, and we found different people said, is that they're very aware. We had a lot of brand equity in Cayman Arts Festival, so people were aware of it out in the international community, particularly as well. So
brand equity.
Yeah.
I know this term, and I love this term. A lot of people might not understand what that term is. Can you at all break that down into what brand equity means?
Yeah.
Because branding is a very important thing, and people don't realize how much it is tied to the perception of your company.
Mm-hmm. And it is really, a brand itself is the perceptions of the people that view it. So even though a company may want to feel that they can control that, they can't always. Really, it's the perceptions of the public on a brand. So the equity, though, is the buildup of those perceptions and the positive perceptions that are out there. So the weight that it has. So you think about big brands like, say, Starbucks or something like, they have association meaning behind them because people associate them with coffee and good experiences and that kind of thing. Yeah. So that's what, in a nutshell, I guess brand equity is. But you build that up over time, and you don't necessarily want to lose that in your brand. So when we go out to the market, we talk to people to find out what they think so that we can harness that brand equity and keep it going.
All right. Wonderful. Okay. How do you see this rebrand strengthening your connection with Cayman's community?
Well, I think, I just want to mention that our focus has always been two things. And one, right from the beginning, when it first started back in 2004, when it launched, and it continues, which is we fill a gap in the market, in the entertainment world here with classical music. And other music forms as well, and other genres, but classical music is a big piece of that. But we also offer musical education. So we want to bring the youth along and empower them with music and promote musical education. So that's how we connect back into community with our brand. So that will continue, but I think we want to just enhance that and see where we can grow. We're expanding, we're evolving. We're very excited about that. And we also want to kind of pass the baton on to the younger generation of teachers coming up and our alumni that are coming up through the program. So our brand will help us do that.
Okay. What traditions from Cayman Arts Festival are you keeping, and what's new under CayMusicA?
So as I mentioned before, we're keeping the Cayman Arts Festival brand name. We rebranded our after-school program to Starlight. Okay. Which we think will be exciting for young people and unite them. And we also kept some of the colors from our original brand, because when we went out, you asked earlier about what people said about the brand. They loved the color, purple. They felt like the purple really differentiated us out there. So we're going to keep the color, and we're going to keep the flower with the star in it, which we love as well. So we've incorporated that into our new visual identity.
Lovely. Mm-hmm. I'm with the purple because purple has always been associated with royalty and being regal. Mm-hmm. And it's a powerful color. And when you think of classical music, it's for everybody, but not everybody listens to it. And I want to say, from when I was in dance, from being young, like ballet, I grew such an appreciation for classical music. I love classical music. I don't know, Marius, if you can remember last when you were here, I was going off about the violin. That's my most favorite instrument.
You didn't come to the event.
I think, at the library, I might not have come to an event at the library.
Don't worry.
Yeah. I know. You just had a couple, you kicked off in January with, I think, a couple of flamenco events.
Yes.
Was that right? Yeah.
January became a guitar month.
That's awesome.
And, from one event, we pushed it to 2 events, and both of them, they were sold out. So next year we might go to 3 events just to be sure that we cover everybody, because it was not necessarily unexpected, but because it's January and it's high season, let's say.
Yeah.
People there, everybody's here, and
Yeah.
they want to see music. But I think we found a recipe for January, and we work with Nathan Herrera.
Yes.
And he's leading us for this month into flamenco guitar music strategies. So he's picking, and we already decided that maybe next year we move him directly to the festival, and because the library was not able to hold the amount of people that they wanted to come to see him.
That's awesome. That I love. That is a great problem to have.
Yes.
Even as a patron, if I go and experience something like that, I think that's such a good sign. You can be frustrated if you're the one not getting in, but I'm going to make sure I find a way to get in. I mean, and I know the directors of the...
Yeah, I'm happy with the library. It's an amazing venue, but we have some limitations there.
Yes.
So these are good ones. I mean, everybody, they want to come to see. I mean, I had a waiting list actually for that event.
Well, you described to me what the setup is at the library, what a perfect space it is for musicians. Could you describe that again?
Oh, I don't know what I said last time, but I remember when we started music at the library in 2018, and who knows how the library, the historic building looks like. If you go now, you'll be very surprised. I mean, kudos to those that they put in place such a venue, because I had a recent meeting with the director, Kevin Goering, and we agreed that the library at this moment is not just a place where you go with silence and stay there, study and so on. You also have some aspects, you have some events. I don't know if we necessarily were the spark of putting those things in place, but the venue, it's fairly booked now. I mean, like, I need to go to do this one way ahead of time to be sure that I have that venue secured for our events, because it looks so good, so nice, and people, they start going back there, and they are older persons when they come, and they are surprised that I didn't expect this, because it's a stage now.
That was it. You were describing the stage.
Yes,
and,
it's a stage. We have some TVs there that you can put on the screen, some things really nice, flooring. We know the
Great
roof.
acoustics.
Everybody, it's bragging with the roof. Yes, the roof that is there. It's also the same builder that it's at Emsley Church. So it's bringing new and old in the same way. And with music, we just glue them.
Yeah, I love that. And people think books are old school. I'm very much a book person. I will be for the rest of my life. I can't do the ebooks or the Kindles. I need a book in my face. I need to feel the pages, smell the pages. I know that sounds weird, but I need to do it. And I love the fact that you are bringing a bit more of that traffic back to the library, and the library is being used as, people would just look at it as just books, study, research, something like that. But it's so much more. It's such a part of the arts, and I love the fusion that it does bring back again to society. So I think it's a great thing that you're having the events there, because it's bringing people back to libraries, period.
I have older persons, that they don't miss an event. I don't want to mention names, but they don't even tell me that they come. When the ticket, it's insignificant here. I mean, like, we have 2 for 1 just to kind of bring people there. If you come with the door, it's $25, let's say. But if you buy it online, you can come with a friend, so it's actually $12.50.
Right.
So that doesn't count. For us, it's just to bring people there. So she's just transferring the money in the account. So when I check, it's like, oh, Miss Lynn is coming. So I just sent her the ticket. So she's not missing an event, and he's the first one coming most of the time. And really nice to see this. And well, it's not just her. There are more.
Right,
I just give
more.
an example, but
you're building great relationships.
Yes,
in the community.
we do that one for about 8 years now.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. I like that.
We will keep that. So that's it will be music at the library, produced by CayMusicA.
Okay. Well, I want to get into the festival, because I know
Yes.
you are here as well to talk about the festival. So we talked a little bit about the rebranding, but I think we should go to a commercial break right now. And when we come back, we can get into details about this year's festival.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning. Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and we are talking about CayMusicA and the upcoming Cayman Arts Festival. In studio with me, I have Marius, Gaina, Executive Director of CayMusicA, and Lynn Markoff, CayMusicA Board Member. So I said we're going to get into the details about this year's festival.
Yes, festival again. It's February. And,
almost.
Almost. Well, for me, it's February since November, okay. I can say, putting things together. And we are still working on some of those. The festival is from 5th till 14th, till Valentine's Day, let's say. And we picked this year a very interesting event for Valentine's Day. We've done it a few years ago. The event was sold out in 3 days.
Wow.
This time, I didn't start too much advertisement, and already we have about 25% of the tickets sold. So I'll mention immediately what's about. But we try to keep talking about rebranding. Cayman Arts Festival still remain. It's a big name at this moment, and even when we start the transition between Cayman Arts Festival to CayMusicA, I want to say that it's hard to kill it. Let's say I don't want to kill it, but just it's a way of saying that it's so important. Oh, CayMusicA, where is Cayman Arts Festival then? Because we got the reverse one. Like they're still looking like it's disappeared. No, it's still here, and it will continue. And this year we have a series of 5 events, and we try to have a combination. We started that, but we want to kind of strengthen, to have collaborations. Overseas performers coming to perform with local performers. We have a few of these events, and we shifted somehow to the young groups that we have. We build up under our after-school program, Starlight. We build up a youth orchestra, and we want them to perform, to be on stage. And they can be on stage on their own, but they could also be on stage with Yehudi Menuhin School of Music former students. Yehudi Menuhin School of Music, to translate this one in sports, let's say, it's like a club from Cayman Islands will play with a club from Premier League.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's the level.
Gotcha.
So they're very high musicians, top musicians, and former students that they will have something to tell.
Almost like a Juilliard. I know the Juilliard school.
Yeah, something similar. That's US.
Yeah.
We talk about...
and that's a bunch of, not a bunch, but a different...
This is a very small and unique school that it's providing gems.
Is it concentrated in music only?
Absolutely.
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
Yes.
So it's a very...
And they will be here. Some of their teachers will be here. And it's a nice combination to have them on stage together. Then we have a group of students from the Netherlands. They will come to perform with a band from here. It's a rock band that is coming, and we have a program of music production, and Jason Gilbert is involved in this. Probably he was, I don't know if he was here, but he was in media, local media, presenting this program, and he found about 5-6 kiddos that they put together a band called Future Phobia. They have their own music. I will have Jason here in an interview the next weeks, so we will develop that on more. But it's interesting to see that in about 1 year and a half that they have this event, this band in place, they start playing, and we brought somebody from overseas to play together. So that's another. This is the trend of this festival. This is the stamp of this festival. Let's throw them to the sharks to see how it looks like together, playing together. So these two events, they are collaborative ones.
Mm-hmm.
We have.
I think it's quite amazing. I love that idea, and it could be a little daunting to the youth to know that, okay, I'm up here on stage with these absolutely renowned musicians, or this is all they do and study, and they might feel maybe not as skilled. But when you're young and you have that opportunity, sometimes that fear just goes away, and you're like, you're just happy to be up there, and you're learning from it. That experience is unmatched. So I think being able to provide that opportunity to the youth, that's really, really cool. And I think you kind of glossed over the fact that this happened in about 1.5 years.
Yes, I mean,
that is
they're
very
fast,
talented, and this is
very
tremendous
talented.
growth. Tremendous growth. That's you guys. I'd be popping my collar all day long. I'd be very proud of myself.
I work with CayMusicA for about 10-11 years, and it's not easy to find a stage to perform. Mm-hmm. I receive on a weekly basis emails from all over the world presenting what they can do, and they are willing to come here to perform.
As part of Cayman Arts Festival?
Part of anything we do here, because it's Cayman Arts Festival. Also, we have other events outside of the festival. But
so then, how do you vet or decide on the musical guests that you are bringing to Cayman, with especially with the demand of people wanting to come?
It's an artistic director that is making that decision, Glenn Inanga.
Okay.
And this is not my part, so I'm embarrassed to.
That's okay.
I might like as a spectator.
Mm-hmm.
I can suggest that, look, Miss Susan is having a great voice, but that was just for me. Mm-hmm. If Glenn, or we have friends now that can take a look at it. Yeah, it's at the level of Cayman Arts Festival or not, and we move on.
Okay.
It's not easy. It's not easy, as I said, to find a stage, and everybody it's bombarding you with this. So what we do, we have the advantage of offering stage. So we offer stage to the local performers that we have, knowing, as I mentioned, that it's not that easy. And I moved to the third event. That's why I wanted to link this. It's not necessarily from last year, but last year it was way visible. I mentioned to Glenn that, look, we have a lot of students that let's offering them the stage. Let's see how they handle the stage with the event designed by themselves. So last year we had Benil Miller. All it was, the discussion with him was, the stage is yours, keep it moral and legal. I'm kidding now. And do the event as you wish. It was sold out. A lot of people came. There were about 14 performers on stage. He designed it impeccable. It was an amazing event. And this year, we decided to do it again. And this time we have Jaden Hanna. She was part of Cayman Youth Choir. She grew up with us. She went to university. When we had the chance, when we had performers from New York a few years ago.
She sang wasn't it the Lincoln Center?
Yes.
That's huge. I know they try to rename it something that nobody agrees with, but we're going to go with the Lincoln Center. She was amazing. They perform. She performed with this New York cabaret performers here. They like her, and they took her with them to perform at Lincoln Center.
they I don't know what's the word in English. They have they refer her to the Berkeley when she went to the university. Now she finished her master in Los Angeles and she's back home. So I said, you know what? The stage is yours. She has her own songs. She also has some covers. It's coming with a group, and that's another event. It's not. I mean, it's not necessarily her debut in Cayman. She performed. It's the community knows her. I think it's a painting somewhere. I don't know if they demolished, but it was somewhere in Georgetown, a painting with more artists, and she's one of those. So that's another way of. It's a bit of shift in the festival, because in the initial phase, the festival was bringing overseas artists to mingle with the local performers and have events here and master classes in schools. We can talk about that immediately. And now we have events with local performers, and we want to raise the level to them with this concert. So these are 3 events that are dear to me, and we have 2 more. The last one, and it will be interesting. I will mention the first one at the end. The last one, it's an event with flamenco dancers from Spain.
Yes.
They've been here 2 years ago. As I mentioned, I didn't expect to sell in 3 days. Miguel Vargas Dance Theater. They come as a family. There are 5 of them, and they are amazing. I mean, I don't dance. My wife forbidden me to go on because he said I embarrass the family if I go there. But I really liked, and they're on 14th. I mean, exactly on Valentine's Day. There are still some tickets available there. So if you want to impress your wife, your girlfriend, your mother, I don't know, something like that. And it's a reasonable price, and you kind
That's a great night.
You kind of escape really easy with a reasonable gift on 14th February, because otherwise might be more.
The Spanish style guitar, I think it's Spanish style guitar,
yes,
in flamenco music, and the dancing.
They don't stop.
It is extremely sexy. It is a beautiful thing to watch. Whether it doesn't matter who's performing, just the music and the dance, and man, just the movements, how it all fits together. I love flamenco. So when I saw that event and it was on Valentine's Day, I was like, oh, that's a very spicy way a great spicy way to start your evening, with a loved one per se, or even if you're just on your own, it is absolutely an inspiring thing to watch. So people are absolutely going to be in a treat for the flamenco event on Valentine's night. Yeah. That's at the Harquell, I believe, right? All
events for the festival, they are at Harquell. Okay. All of them, they start at 7 p.m. with the exception of Future Phobia and the Royals, which is on a Sunday evening from 5 p.m. It's more like students event where we want to invite a lot of students, and next day being a school day, we don't want to keep them too long there. And the first event that I didn't mention, and we start with this, is Jazz in Trance. It's Dennis Carbo and his entire big band that he has with a lot of students. Some of them they are involved in our program, some others in other programs, but music teachers. I mean, it's the image of Cayman, with everybody coming together to perform. Nice music and having good time. You can find there your friends, you can find there people that is like, oh, it's from Cuba originally, things like that. But amazing, and this is on 5th. It's an event sponsored by RBC, Dominion Securities, and we thank them for that. I mentioned about Miguel Vargas event that's sponsored by Butterfield. Thank you for that, because otherwise we are not able to do this type of events. And tickets, they are available at CaymanArtsFestival.com. They go fast without too much advertisement, because the brand is strong. People expect February. I have calls when you have the festival. we want to be in Cayman when the festival happens.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know if I don't have statistics to check with Department of Tourism or things like that, but I get calls and I have people sending emails. We want to be there at that time of the year.
Okay. I like that. And I think in most of what you've said now, the thing that I've picked up on the most is how you've brought in some Caymanian musicians to not only just mingle and not just only join the stage now and perform with other world-renowned musicians that you're bringing in, but you're giving them the ability to do their own show production. They're in charge of their performance. And that's a whole other level, challenge for them and level of skill as well. And it just really shows the growth. And I love that. So I think you're doing great things with CayMusicA and Cayman Arts Festival in how you're just positioning local artists. I think that's a great thing. So... and going back to, it was Jaden, right, Hannah?
Jaden, yes.
Yeah, going back to her, I'd love to see what she's done now, because I remember when she first started singing and hearing her, I think it was at a couple of national events here, and then over the years, how she was just getting these opportunities overseas, and I was like, okay, I can't wait to see what's going to happen with this young lady. So it's great to know that she's done her master's in music. I'm assuming in music. She went to Berkeley Music.
Yes.
And now she's back in Cayman, so it'd be great to see
what she brings back.
Yeah, that how she's evolved and where she's at now. I think it's pretty awesome. We're going to go to a commercial break right now, but you wanted to talk about the master classes that you're teaching in the schools as part of Cayman Arts Festival, right? So let's hit on that when we come back from the break.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
We bring the sacrifice of praise into the house of the Lord.
Radio Cayman, this is how we wake you up in the morning. Praise time on Radio Cayman.
Sing your praise to the Lord. Come on, everybody, stand up and sing one more. Hallelujah, give your praise to the Lord. We are united in Jesus Christ. We are the soldiers of the Lamb.
Praise time.
Weekday mornings from 6 until 6:30.
There's a meeting up in heaven. Roll call. He's a name in the Lamb's book of life. Roll call, brother, sister. Roll call. If you don't stop shouting, if you don't stop dancing, we're going to put you out of our church.
Praise time.
Jesus in the morning, yeah.
Weekday mornings from 6 until 6:30.
Your song flowed through my lips. Your work moved through my hands. Your thoughts stay on my mind. Live in me.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
On a daily basis, making it easy to connect with you, our listeners. Add us to WhatsApp today, 925-3261. That's 925-3261.
Radio Cayman.
Send a text or voice note.
Message us at 925-3261 on WhatsApp today and get active with Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and we are talking about CayMusicA and the upcoming Cayman Arts Festival. In studio with me, I have Marius Gaina, Executive Director of CayMusicA, and Lynn Markoff, CayMusicA Board Member. We were just talking about the details of the festival, the different shows and performances people can expect. And you had mentioned, Marius, that there's master classes that are offered as part of, I guess not necessarily Cayman Arts Festival, but it's included in Cayman Arts Festival. Like these people are coming
this is
and doing
part
some
of the
master classes.
fabric of
There we go.
CayMusicA and Cayman Arts Festival. Since the inception, Glenn and Jennifer, when they started Cayman Arts Festival, the idea was that who's coming here to go to schools. And we keep that one. I mean, to go to schools to inspire, to educate, entertain sometimes, where you feel most comfortable to receive an artist and to get as much as possible from him or her in your home, at your classroom. So we push to this direction. And this year we have professors that they come from Yehudi Menuhin School, and they will work with students from our programs. Usually at John Gray High School you'll have some of these classes. We have the Dutch group that will collaborate and practice together with the group from here, putting together the concert. And also we have we receive a few calls from some public schools saying, we would like to have some Spanish approach to present to our students. Do you have something? So it's coming hand in hand with the Spanish dancers when they will be here to present a bit of their culture to the schools. So this is what we have just for these 2 weeks, because we had last week we had a master class with the flamenco guitarist that came from Los Angeles. She had a workshop with local kids, and when we have the piano festival, and this is in October. Again, every performer is going to a school, or we have already designated kids in our programs that they play piano, and we want them to be there to see how it works. And this is part of all the time of what was done, and this will not be changed. I mean, that's why some of this, we're talking about Jade and Hannah. When Natalie Douglas is her name, she's the coordinator of, it's a vocal coach. And when she came here with the group from New York and did the masterclass, she pointed to her. I want her next day when they're having the concert, I want her on stage with us. And from there, we just mentioned, it was not the only one. We had a few others but this is the trend. So we like to continue that because it helped us.
Yeah, I like it. So the master classes right now, am I correct in saying that they're more focused within the schools? Or if somebody like me is a musician and then I might be part of the orchestra, which I'm not at all, but are any of these master classes accessible to adults or other musicians?
The door is open. We focus more on students because that's the need. Yeah. But 2 days ago when we had the master class on last Friday, I saw some adults there with their guitars. So awesome. It's not restricted to students, but it's tailored to them.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So we were going to... accessibility is something that you wanted to discuss as well. Was that more in terms of who can come to the festival or who can come to the classes, or how do you make it accessible to everybody, all ages, abilities, disabilities?
Everybody is welcome to come to the concert. So we try to accommodate everybody. And when you're mentioning that one, I forgot to mention, we start, it's still in a pilot phase. And that could be for adults too. We started already, but it's not well established.
What's in the pilot phase?
Music therapy.
Oh, okay.
Music therapy, that we do it usually in end of April, beginning of May. We have a group that is coming here for the Chamber Music Festival, and somebody in that group is specialized in music therapy. And we have Georgianne Morgan. Yesterday I have spoken with her. We want to build up more on music therapy, so that's accessibility for adults, let's say. In addition to kids.
For people who are curious, can you summarize what music therapy is? To me, I think music is therapy, period.
I will try to kind of be more practical here. Mm-hmm. When you come home after a very hard day of work and you sit in your chair and you just turn the music and this is all you want to hear, and all you want to do is just to listen to some music to calm you down. That's music therapy.
Yes.
I said it this is how I do. Yes, I know my songs, I know my music, I know my poems, who knows, and that's kind of calm you down in a certain way.
Oh, let me find out. Are you a poet, Marius?
I'm not a poet, no, but I'm
really?
Latin, and Latins, they like to.
Right. I think it's in your blood,
Thank
per
you.
se.
That's music therapy, and could be also healing, but that's something else that can be developed in a different show. I would love to bring. I think she was here. I think Angelica was here one time.
Okay.
And
I'd love to talk about that. For
in
sure.
April she'll be here, and she's specialized in this and is doing amazing things.
I think music is one of those things that's always a part of your life, and as you grow through life, music it's the soundtrack to your life. So as you grow as a person, you go through your different eras in life. And I remember when I loved punk rock and I was an absolute anarchist, and there's a little bit in me of that still, but there was definitely a phase. And then it grew into other phases of music. And as I said, the classical from really young, so just appreciating all different forms of music. It's always in your life, always. And to me, it is absolutely healing. I love that about music. It's the one constant, I believe, that is in our life.
Coming back to accessibility, I would want to talk about tickets this time.
Yes, we only got a few minutes left, so we do have to talk about tickets, venues, any other of those important details.
The venues I mentioned, it's Harkwell
Theater.
The events are, the first event, it's on 5th, Thursday, 5th of February, 7 p.m. The second event, it's on Saturday, that's 7th of February, also 7 p.m. February 8th, we have the third event with Future Phobia and the Royals, and that's 5 p.m. Harkwell. And then the following week we have on Thursday, February 12th, Jade and Hannah, and on 14th, as I mentioned, Miguel Vargas Dance Theater Company will be here from 7 p.m.
For the flamenco show, yes.
For the flamenco show.
And tickets are CaymanArtsFestival.com?
Yes, they're on CaymanArtsFestival.com. People, they want to find out more inquiries at CaymanArtsFestival.com or 9225550. They are 2 for 1. So this is one of the new things that we introduced. We started with Music at the Library, where you purchase a ticket, and 2 persons can come for it. It's when you go online to purchase a ticket, there is a way of buying this type of tickets, because you also can get the option to get just 1 ticket for yourself if you don't need somebody else with you. With the exception of flamenco event, where we thought that the demand will be pretty
higher.
So we kept a bit of business here just to kind of make...
You have to.
We need to. This is actually, the festival, it's our main financial engine, I like to think. With the money that we make in the festival, if we make, we should survive till next year festival. Let's keep in mind that we're a charity.
Yeah.
And we depend on people, depends on...
it is very
expensive. If you think how I can help this entity, come to our concerts.
Are you looking for volunteers?
Yes, I'm always open to volunteers. We have our core group that is amazing. We've developed in such way to manage with a small group what we do, but it's room for more. It's room for more. Yes.
Okay, awesome. And
the ticket is $40 US. When you go online, you purchase, and it's popping up.
Is that for all the events?
Yes.
That are mostly 2 for 1 except for flamenco night?
Yes, just that one.
All right.
And
that's really
I think we keep
priced.
this price for, 2, 3, 4 years is the same price. We try to kind of, again, accessibility. We try to do not increase, because a lot of persons like, it's festival, you should make your money here.
Yes.
Yeah, but we need to have people, so we still try to...
I think that's the point I was trying to make earlier, and then I completely forgot about making it when we were talking about the rebranding in the purple and how classical music, some people could deem it only for like a certain level of society per se, or a certain class, and that's not it at all. And something that CayMusicA does is make it very accessible to everybody out there, and that's especially noticeable in your ticket prices that you do, not just for Cayman Arts Festival, but music at the library.
And variety also. We have jazz, we have cabaret music, we have classical music, we have rock, we have dance. You can pick one.
Yes. Flamenco. Yes, absolutely. That's great stuff that you're offering. So we got about a minute left. If there's anything that you'd like to leave with our listeners, any additional information?
No, just encouraging people to come to the concerts to support, our young performers. That's one of the key focuses for CayMusicA, is to offer that platform for them to perform at all those levels. And so this year, it feels like we've really culminated that, like it's really coming together to see those young performers in our alumni program who have really come up through the ranks, and here they are, such as Jaden and the other ones, that are so established here. So encouraging people to come out and see it for themselves, and also to watch for our events throughout the year, because they're all different variety of events that we've got available.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And the support. The support is needed. Sponsorship support, corporate support. It is very expensive, and it's very hard to put on these events, and they're very needed. It's how the community grows. So any kind of sponsorship or support that any companies might be listening to, definitely reach out to CayMusicA and lend your support. Thank you for joining me this morning, and I hope this year's festival goes amazing. Again, to our listeners, you can get tickets at CaymanArtsFestival.com. We're going to go to the 9 a.m. headline news.
Information, entertainment, inspiration.
Covering Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman Bright.
Since 1976 till now.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
Imports spike in the third quarter of 2025. The Economics and Statistics Office says the total value of merchandise imports increased to more than $418 million for the July to September 2025 quarter, reflecting a 0.7% growth over the corresponding quarter in 2024, with gas-related imports tanking by more than 22%, while non-petroleum product imports spiked nearly 5%. In international news, U.S. President Donald Trump says he will tell European leaders, quote, "We have to have Greenland at this week's forum in Davos, Switzerland." Trump adds there is, quote, "no going back on his plan." He says, quote, "Greenland is imperative for national and world security." The European Union chief Ursula von der Leyen calls Trump's tariff threats a, quote, "mistake," adding that Europe's response will be, quote, "unflinching, united, and proportional." On social media, Trump has shared a message, apparently from Emmanuel Macron, in which the French president says, quote, "I do not understand what you are doing on Greenland." He has also shared a message he says is from the NATO Secretary General and posted generated images of himself placing an American flag on Greenland. On Saturday, Trump threatened 8 European allies, including the United Kingdom and Denmark, with 10% tariffs if a deal over Greenland is not reached. Those are your headlines. I'm Karsley Fuller.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
At HSA, we strive to provide the highest standard of care with compassion, integrity, and dedication. And so we say thank you, Cayman, for continuing to make us the most awarded organization on island by voting us the best of Cayman Islands in 9 medical categories. Your support reminds us why we do what we do, to serve the Cayman community with kindness and excellence. To find out more about our award-winning services, visit hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Welcome back to The Buzz. I am your host, Kathy Miller, and we're here now to spotlight a company that I talked to, was it about a year and a half ago? And I was blown away by what they're doing, and I'm going to be blown away by the news that I'm going to be hearing now from Drift UAV Services, because, man, they are doing some exciting things. I might have to apply. Sorry, Norma. Yeah, for the weekends. So I'm welcoming in the studio Dervon McKellop, founder and lead consultant at Drift UAV Services. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks so much for having me again.
No problem.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure being back.
Good.
I always look forward to coming to the Buzz to share, the new updates and as well as what's happening within the drone space, within the Cayman Islands and regionally. So
you got a lot going on. I'm
much.
super impressed. I think it's awesome, and I do wish our cameras were working, because you always bring your drones in, and it's pretty amazing. So next time,
most definitely,
next time we'll have them in here. We'll have our, we're renovating our studios. It's looking amazing in here.
Wow.
So looking forward to having you on with those drones in the near future. All right. So Dervon, there's a lot to talk about, and man, last time you were here, you were telling me about, I think it was drone soccer, but was it bringing a team to California? And I was like, what? Like, first of all, how am I slow to knowing this information? And I was just blown away. So you've been more than just California with this drone soccer. So give us the updates. What's been going on in the last year?
So, the last time I was here, that was like about in April. Yeah. Well, and that time we're actually preparing to head to California for Drone Fest, which is the U.S. version of Drone Soccer Championship, which we had just actually brought drone soccer to the Cayman Islands and introducing drone soccer to the region. Since then, we have gone to the Drone Soccer Championship in California, but not only that, we've taken a team. Representative from the Cayman Islands as well as the Jamaica superstar team to South Korea to play Drone Soccer World Cup.
Yeah, this is insane. Drone Soccer World Cup.
Yes.
You took a team from Cayman to South Korea?
I had the vice president from Cayman Drone Soccer and myself as a chairman and a support staff. But then there was an actual full team from Jamaica that played in a class 20 and a class 40 of drone soccer. So out of 33 countries that were represented, Jamaica was the only Caribbean island that has a team playing. And then we had representation from Cayman and the Bahamas. So we had representative from Bahamas drone soccer, because we've expanded not only to Jamaica, but we've also expanded to the Bahamas as well as the British Virgin Islands.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah.
This is big. You're doing big things.
Big, small enough.
You're doing big things from a little island, right? I think so.
Yes.
So can you paint us a picture exactly of what drone soccer is? Because now I'm starting to think I have a different idea in my head. But paint us a picture for our listeners and me.
All right. So drone soccer is an ICT sport. And ICT stands for Information, Communication, and Technology. So it's one of those technology-based sports that anybody can play. It's a sport that it's a team-based sport. It teaches things like strategy. Now, the first thing when anybody thinks about drone soccer, you think about Quidditch in Harry Potter. So drone soccer is, that futuristic game like Quidditch when, they ride on the broomstick and they hit the ball through, the goal and all of that stuff. But in simplest form, drone soccer is football in the air. It's played by 5 players controlling drones in a netted arena, and it's played in 2 different classes. You have 5 positions on the team. You have, from the line of defense, you have the keeper, sweeper, libero, striker, and and the guide. In different flavors of the game, only set or designated drone balls can score goals. And the game is played in 3 sets, and it's the best of 3 sets win. And it's also timed. It's 3 minutes per set. And the game has what is called a maintenance and recovery period, where it's 5 minutes to carry out any repairs to your drone, make any modification, and then the game starts again. The game is played, as I said, by anybody. The oldest player on the Jamaica national team that went to South Korea was 60 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I love that.
60 years old.
Okay.
The youngest player on the team was 14. He was from Hulmer's Boys School in Kingston. We had other players on the team that were from Cornwall College. So we had a mixed team that were students, retired professionals, professionals within the drone space. And so it was amazing to not only see a mix or cross-generational, of cross set of people, communicating and working together, to play a sport. Only sport.
Are these drones bucking into each other in the air?
Yes,
or
they are.
Really?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to watch this. Like, you can watch something like this on YouTube? Or?
You can watch something like that on YouTube. We did opening in Camana Bay. I think it was in May or June last year, and we have since then been having conversations to have a facility to host national training, as well as to expand the sport in schools. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's pretty cool. Now that's a lot. That's a lot right there. So one of the biggest stories, as we just said, was was drone soccer and South Korea. So you gave us some information there, which I like. I'm happy with. But that also ties directly into education. There's an education component that you do with Drift UAV. So what's happening with the drones in schools?
All right, good. So for drones in school, last year was an impactful year for us. It was hampered by the hurricane because we had a target number of schools to reach in 2025, or for the 2025-2026 academic school year.
Hurricane Melissa?
Yeah, Hurricane Melissa. Okay. Yeah, affected the tours that we had planned. But suffice to say, we have a target of 75 schools to reach across the Caribbean for the 2025-2026 academic school year. So far, we have managed to hit 25 schools. This is between Jamaica and the British Virgin Islands.
That's pretty amazing. What about the schools locally?
So we haven't been to any schools locally for the start of the academic school year. So for our first school visit would be the John Gray Career Fair. So I encourage folks who want to see what drone soccer looks like, as well as more on the commercial side of drones, to pop out to the John Gray Career Fair. Coming up. I think I think it's in February, if I'm not recalling. Yeah, okay. Somewhere there. But it's been good. Drones in School is a program that has what is called a triangle. So we have, within Drones in School, we have what is called a triangle of drones. I actually brought a shirt to show what the triangle looks like here. So the triangle of drones actually here. So Triangle of Drones focuses on drones for education, sports, and workforce. Mm-hmm. And what we're doing is that we're integrating drones in the classroom as a way of teaching core subjects like mathematics, English language, social studies, science. And then from that, we introduce the sporting aspect of it. So aerial robotics, such as drone soccer and other robotics programs within the drone sphere. And all the skills that they would have learned within the education sphere, the classroom, we've now transitioned that to having students and folks getting careers in the drone industry. Now, what is not talked about a lot within the Cayman Islands and the Caribbean is that the drone industry is a sub-industry of the aviation industry. And what happens is that there are so many career opportunities out there within the drone space that nobody really talks about. But because one, there's not much folks within the space that really understand the industry on an in-depth level. And then two, the major thing that you have within our islands, in small Caribbean island states, is that nobody talks about the non-traditional careers. Everybody wants to do, right, become lawyers, doctors, and nothing is wrong with that.
Nothing's wrong with that,
but
right?
where we're heading is that we're heading in a space where drone technology is advancing so fast and so rapidly that if we as small island states don't take up these opportunities, we're going to be far left behind. And so it's a matter of using our influence or understanding of the industry and tie drone in schools to the triangle of drones and enforce those types of highlights to ensure that kids are thinking about these futuristic careers.
So when we're looking at careers that have to do with drones, what kind of career paths are there?
So there are several career paths. For me, I work outside of my work on the civil space. I work with law enforcement. So I am a strategic partner with the JCF in Jamaica. Been volunteering for the last 2 years, providing training to the SWAT team, providing training to traffic enforcement team. I was just out in Jamaica training another 16 police officers to use advanced drone operation and using AI tracking to assist in the location of criminals, suspect, monitoring the traffic or missing people, and so there the careers in police operations, so law enforcement. There are careers in the drone light show space. Their careers in surveying and mapping, their careers in search and rescue. So when you think about the career, there's so many careers out there. There's wildlife, there is environmental monitoring. So there's several career paths that are out there that students and anybody can take if you're somebody who is looking to transition from your current career field and you think that drones is the next exciting career that you want to take. There are a lot of careers out there, and so one of the things that we're planning for later this year is an educational seminar to help people to understand that drones are not just spying toys or tools or cameras, to spy on you, but there's more to drones than just what the eyes can behold.
So, in terms of career paths, now a lot of people, majority of people, change careers a couple times in their life, and it could happen in your 30s, it could happen in your 40s, maybe sometimes later, which could be a little bit scary if you're
yes.
you're not sure about that next career step. But you mentioned having a 60-year-old man on your team when you brought the team to South Korea, right? Yes. From as young as, I think it was 14 to 60.
That's correct, yeah.
So is there hesitations when it comes from older generations in, I could learn this and this could be a useful career for me or kind of money-making tool for me, whatever it might be?
So,
are you seeing interest from those generations?
So there's interest from that generation. Actually, shout out to the UCCI team. We're just at their 50K not last Sunday, Sunday before, and we had an entire setup. We were also a sponsor for the 50K, and there were a lot of folks who came out, to see the setup of our booth. As well as the fact that we were covering area coverage for the 50K, and there were folks who were impressed by older folks who were impressed by by what we're doing and want to even get a drone to start learning. So the first thing I always say is that you introduce the aspect of fun.
Yes.
And then once you introduce the aspect of fun, then you start to teach the other skills behind it. So the first hesitation most folks always have when it comes on to drones, I'm gonna crash it. But if you get a trainer to teach you how to operate safely as well as to fly safely and understand airspace, then most of the fears are gone. What then needs to happen is learning the skills of really flying the drone properly.
Okay. Now, I got a question for you, and
Sure.
it might be a bit of a hot button question for you, and my bad, but it's only because in listening to what you say, especially when you talk about the education within schools,
Yes.
what was the number that you're trying to reach within the Caribbean?
75 schools.
75. But I'd asked if what you were starting with Cayman, you said you hadn't started as yet.
So every year we visit schools in the Cayman Islands. So from career fairs to science fairs to doing various activities with the schools. For this term we haven't done anything for the 2025-2026 academic school year. For the 24-25 we did quite a bit of schools.
Okay, so
Yes.
you're making your mark here.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we
Okay.
have been making.
I just wanted to make sure that we're not excluding Cayman at all, or putting them a little lower.
No.
So that was why I said it might be a bit of a hot topic,
It's
hot button question for you,
I mean,
right there.
The schools can attest to us showing up for their career fairs and the science fair, and the kids loved it. From as the smallest kindergarten to the older kids, they love when we show up and we ensure that they understand. And some might not understand the career aspect behind it, but once they're having fun, you're actually instilling something in them that further on as they grow, they will eventually evolve to love and like.
Well, I mean, you should enjoy what you're doing.
Yes.
I absolutely believe in that. I think so many people are miserable where they are in life because they don't enjoy what they're doing. Are we going to a commercial break by chance, or did I miss the commercial break? Yeah, we got to take a really quick commercial break, guys, and then we'll be back. We're going to be talking about a new launch that Drift is bringing us this year as well.
The Lions Club of Grand Cayman is proud to continue to serve our island community. The club continues to host successful community projects like the Prostate and Colon Cancer Awareness Campaign, free site screening in schools, spelling bee, swim meets, and their community pantry. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman looks forward to continuing their service for many years to come. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman, where there's a need, there's a lion, serving the community for over 50 years.
Cayman, it's time to go further than you ever thought possible. The Ministry of Education and Training is now accepting applications for the overseas scholarships. Your chance to access up to CI $35,000 per year to earn a world-class education abroad. This is more than funding. It's an investment in you, your talent, your goals, your future. Applications close 31st of January 2026. Visit moescholarships.gov.ky and apply today. Greatness begins with one decision. Make yours now.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Welcome back to The Buzz. I am your host, Kathy Miller, and we are talking with Drift UAV Services. And I have in studio with me Dervon McKellop. He's the founder and lead consultant at Drift. So a bit of an off, a side question again, but I just want, do you have TJ with his Drift song as part of your, is this like your, is this part of your branding at all?
All right, so funny enough, I always say if you check the stats, or if you check the date when TJ's song Drift came out, you realize that Drift UAV Services was started way before TJ Drift. So
okay, so you inspired TJ,
so Drift
maybe.
is the Drift Enterprise is the original Drift. Drift, TJ Drift, and no knock on it, but we still use it as sometimes when we post things on Instagram. But yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
I like that. So there's a show that I absolutely loved that doesn't air anymore. It was one of the greatest series ever on television that had the worst ending ever in television. That is Game of Thrones.
Yes.
But you are introducing Game of Drones.
Yes, that's correct.
What is this about?
All right, so Game of Drones, as it sounds, it's one of those exciting programs. So as a technology company, as an innovator and a creator, we are always looking for ways to impact the community and introducing something new as drones. So what we've done is we've looked through, the various offerings across the Caribbean, across the region, in the Cayman Islands, and we said, why not introduce Drift Game of Drones? Give Game of Drones is, as I said, it suggests it's a program that we've developed for team building, for community activities, for youth development that focuses on using drone games. We've created various types of drone games that you can use a drone to play and control, and it teaches you various things about strategy, about communication, about working as a team. And so Game of Drones will be launched at the end of January. We'll be having an open door invite to those who want to come and experience what Game of Drones is. And so folks who are looking for new team building activities, or just to have something different at your birthday party for your kids or for adults, can reach out to us about inquiring about Game of Drones and take your party to the next level with innovative technology and emerging technology.
That sounds kind of cool. A different idea, especially for the youth, for birthday parties.
Yes.
I really like that idea, actually. think that's a great one. Okay, so that's Game of Drones, and that's launching this month.
Yes.
Okay, and you have another announcement, which is the launch of Drift Defense.
Yes.
What is this?
So Drift Defense is or the covert side / law enforcement military side of our operation. Drift Defense focuses on everything law enforcement. So as a service company, we again look at what is happening in the drone space and regionally, as well as if you look at what is happening geopolitically across the region, you'd realize that we are focusing on strategy. And focusing on strategy, we have as a part of our advisory team a Boeing executive who advise us on what's happening in the drone space. And as myself as a lead consultant, I'm always looking for ways to expand our operation. Just last year, we had a company out of Canada who wanted to acquire us. And so it means that we're doing something right in the drone space.
I think that's awesome. Now, hold on. Before you go further, how did that make you feel?
Very accomplished as a company that started in the Cayman Islands the last 5 years. To have those conversations, it means that we're doing something right in the industry, and I believe that just out of that, it really helps me to to drive me to the next level, as to say what else we can do as a company that is birthed in the Caribbean for the Caribbean. So
how much did they offer you?
I'd have to tell you off here for that one.
Well, this is a business show as well,
Yes, it is a business show.
So I'm just going to say it wasn't high enough. Or even if it was high enough, would you even consider selling?
Well, at this point, we told them that we're not consider selling right now. We want to see the potential that we know the potential that we have for the company, and I know the trajectory that we have from a company that is, as I said, birthed within the Caribbean region. We've expanded to 6 other countries. So we have Drift Bahamas, we have Drift BVI, we have an operation in the US, we have an operation in Jamaica, and we're expanding to other Caribbean islands because we see the need for the services, but not only the services, but the expertise. We have the expertise, we have the consultants behind us, backing us, and the industry trust us. And as a lead, I have the reach of the various drone technology partners, whether it's on the civil space or in the military space. We have those, and that's something that is unique about our operation as a company. We're not just a drone services company that just offer just typical drone services, but we dig deeper into more specialized areas. And so
I'd hang on and see, because it seems to me like you have an amazing vision.
Yes.
And especially from the last time we talked to now, there's been so much growth within Drift. I mean, I don't remember you telling me that you've expanded to these other countries before.
No,
maybe you did, but so that's a lot of expansion in such little time.
Yes.
And other people can see that and be like, I want a piece of it. And this is what I can do. But I think very importantly, it shows you how much value there is in your company and how much more that you can still build. And man, yeah, sure, somebody could retire you right now, but I think your goals and what it seems what you like to do is far more than that. So don't sell.
It's more. It's far more than that. It's far more than that. And even just to segue a little bit back to the Drift Defense. I mean, some of the focus areas are on national security. We focus on border and marine domain awareness and patrol. So instead of using more vessels to patrol marine domain, we're now using drones. Just when we're in the BVI, we actually assisted in an operation that led to the recovery of contraband that was washed up on the shores. Okay. And so within the Cayman Islands, we struggle with that because you're in open water. It doesn't matter how many vessels you have. It doesn't matter how much team you have. You cannot outrun drone as a force multiplier. Yeah. And so because of that, we have decided that from a strategic perspective, launching here and supporting the Caribbean region is one of the best things to do. So
makes sense.
And not only that, we're just using drones, we're also using artificial intelligence on the drones to be able to track and recognize, things out there in the water, whether it's a vessel or whether it's person. So at the end of the day, we have a vision. I have a vision for the company, and the team that's behind Drift also, supports a vision. And what we want to do is to, help, the Cayman Islands to realize that, there's outside of just the various traditional things, there are things out there that not only you can make money from, but you can, fulfill your dreams as well as, support a national goal.
There's been 2 events in the last year where drones were used that I had no idea that you could use drones for these purposes. And one of them was, there was a gentleman who lost his dog. Most people remember Dr. Colin losing his dog from Cayman Vets. And was it Spiky? Was that the dog's name?
Yes,
I feel
Spiky,
like we
yes.
should all remember.
Yes.
And there was drones used in helping to locate, well, they were trying to locate the dog, but I guess they were able to capture heat or sense heat.
Yes.
I was blown away by that.
Yeah.
There's underwater drones?
There's underwater, and that's one of the division that from the defense unit that we have underwater rovers. We also have from the drones from the defense drones that we use, we also have those that can actually scan underwater from overhead as well.
And this is a part of what you're working locally with.
This is a part of what we're working with locally, as well as throughout the region, because at the end of the day, there is this, when you want skill set like these, you have to really go to North America or Europe to find skill set. And one of the things that we're doing is to ensure that we have those skill set locally as well as within the region, that we can, expand and give people the opportunity to experience these technology. One of our, major partners are in Canada. So I was just out in Canada late last year, carrying out training with underwater drones out there. So. Yeah. I mean, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
But we always say, the sky is no longer the limit because drones are flying high.
No, I don't know if they're going into space, but okay. I know we got to end the show, so I got 2 really quick questions.
Sure.
But the first one is, if somebody's wants to buy a drone, whether they might want to just have fun with it, take, recreational pictures, where can they start in pricing? What should they be looking at?
Well, it depends on what they're looking for.
Because, a kid's going to want the top of the line, but as a parent, would you be like, well, you don't need this? Are you hunting down vessels in the ocean?
All right, so I would say a parent who is listening or anyone who's listening, I think a fair budget to budget for a good drone, stable drone, not one of those toy drones that's going to, blow away in the wind. I'd say a stable price to look at start at is like about 450 CI to about 900 CI could give you a good stable drone. Yeah.
Oh, that's better than I thought, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, that's. I feel like they're getting more affordable. I like this.
Yeah, they're becoming more affordable because of the fact that you have more players in the market, and then the technology is changing so rapidly. So that gives you the opportunity to get access. Yeah.
And how do people get in touch with you?
People can reach us on the various social media platforms. So Drift on Instagram is Drift UAV Services. On LinkedIn is also Drift Enterprise UAV Services or Drift UAV. On Facebook, same handle. For those who want to reach us via phone, you can reach us at 547-7331 with area code 345 if you're calling from overseas. And if you want to reach us for services, you can also email services at drift, DRIFTENTS.com.
Okay. Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. I know there's so much we can get into, and we can hear the passion in his voice, so I love it. We look forward to having you back, and the best of luck with Game of Drones.
Most definitely.
And Drift Defense as well.
Most definitely. And I really want to say, thanks much, for, to the Radio Cayman team for always, welcoming us. And it's always a pleasure. I think, Susan, by this, we need to probably start do every quarter a drone forum, to kind of bring to the forefront what's really happening in the space. I mean, these
that'd be kind of cool,
these conversations, they're short. They do justice, but to dig deeper, we
absolutely
probably need to do a drone forum every quarter.
We can talk about that.
Definitely,
all right, we'll see what's going to happen.
For
So
sure.
To the listeners, I'll be back with you on Thursday morning. I'm going to have a bit of an open line, 7:30 to 8 a.m. on Thursday morning. Yeah, you haven't heard from me in a long time. Today's my first day back in a month, so we got some things to talk about, right? I look forward to being back with you on Thursday. Thank you again for joining us on The Buzz this morning, and to all our listeners. And I'm so sorry I forgot to tell you to call in, but you're welcome to send your calls, your comments, and thanks for hanging out with us on The Buzz this morning.
The Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice. And Automotive Art Cayman. Your car, our passion. And by Dorman Day, celebrating 10 years of opening doors to brighter futures. Visit dormanday.ky.
Shaken yet standing firm. This is Radio